but I'm here to talk about the situation going on in America and Trump's war. And as I say, it's all shit. Like I said, I'm coming to you from Rostock, Germany, and it is a very, very sad situation that the Trump administration is continuing to attack Iran along with Israel and is causing some major damage to the climate. I mean, we have over 20 ships in the Gulf burning. Smoke is everywhere. Oil burns and smoke's everywhere. The climate is being destroyed. The fish and sea life there in the Gulf is being destroyed. The fishermen can forget it. Um, and what a sad, sad thing for the life in the water there. I mean, I can't even begin to think about the damage that is being done through the, the war that has been brought on by Donald Trump and Bibi Netanyahu. There was no reason for this war. It was not, what, like 8 months ago when Donald Trump said that the nuclear program of Iran was totally obliterated. What was that, like 8 months ago? So, and now they're over there bombing Iran and dropping bombs on oil fields, and that is a big mess. Big mess. And like I said, the air there is probably almost unbreathable with the pollution from the oil fires there. So we have more warships in the Persian Gulf, in the Mediterranean, and those ships are being attacked by drones, and the U.S. bases are also being attacked by drones. More and more, the Iranians are using the power of overwhelming numbers of drones to attack various areas. Um, we have systems that work to shoot drones down, but when you have overwhelming numbers, a few are going to get through, and that's what's happening. A few are getting through, Americans are dying, and Donald Trump seems to ignore the deaths and does anything but feel sorry about it. He even uses their deaths to fundraise. So it is getting out of hand, and now we have Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of War over there. Yeah, asking for 200 billion more to pay for this war, this illegal war. I'm certainly hoping that at some point the communities around the world are going to band together and file a class action lawsuit against this motherfucker for doing this stupid shit. As a matter of fact, I would recommend that to every American. File a lawsuit on this dumbass for starting this illegal war because intelligence reports say that the Iranians were not on the cusp of attacking America. And Bibi Netanyahu needed this war so he could claim some sort of victory, so he will not get prosecuted when they finally throw his ass out of office. But we're going to see what's going to happen. The main thing is that Americans are dying and people are dying in Iran too. Yeah, maybe the mullah regime in Iran needed to go. I'll give you that, but it's not getting pretty. So, like I said, an F-35 got shot up, and now the Iranians have the radar profile from that jet, which they will be sharing with China and Russia, I'm sure. So, if any F-35s are ever in any other action, the Chinese and the Russians will have a big foot up on us there in that situation. So the thing about this 200 billion, this Pete Hegseth is asking for, it wasn't, what was that, in September or October? Pete Hegseth and the Department of Defense gave out over $100 million for food, for crab, for lobsters, for for steak. I mean, they're freaking eating really good when most Americans are living hand to foot over there and needing assistance and not getting it. Hegseth and everybody over there are just eating. I mean, they're just putting that stuff away. Hey, B Pish, good to see you, man. Yeah, Hegseth is willing to spend money, no problem. He knows that this war is costing a lot of money, no problems. He knows that this war is costing lives, no problems, as long as it's not his, right? So, but let's not forget how much the DOD spent, and that's something that's really important. And the whole time all this is going on here in this war, this made up war, this illegal war, they are ignoring the Epstein files and all of the survivors. There are over 1,000 survivors from the Epstein situation. I mean, that's a shitload of girls. You know what I'm saying? This guy pulled in girls that were trying to become models and gave them false hope and then had them move in with the understanding that they would get some sort of a modeling contract or whatever. And then they were brought into a whole situation that they didn't expect. Yeah, happy first day of spring to you also, Be Pish. Yeah, today's the first day of spring. Also, today is the day when a great American died. I don't know if you guys know yet, but yeah, great American died today, and that was the um, man, I just had his name in my head a minute ago. But anyway, let's go on. I'll remember it in a second. I'm old, so anyway, the thing about the war going on over there is the Congress in like two months ago would not finance SNAP. SNAP is a program to feed kids before school. They wouldn't finance that. Um, Obamacare, so Medicare, right? They didn't want to finance that, so they're still trying to get some sort of a deal done to raise that financing for Medicare. But I don't see it happening because the Republicans are voting against it, and apparently they are now going to be voting for some funds for the DOD or Department of War, which is unbelievable when they spend over 100 million on crabs, lobsters, and steak. I mean, they're eating good, right? So, and I don't understand why Americans are willing to let this shit go on any further. I just found out that Lauren Boebert has said she is a no vote. She will not vote for this shit. And I agree with her 100% in that regards because it is too much to play with the lives of American citizens. I mean, because this shit's gonna come back. This shit's gonna come back to us in America. There are going to be some Iranians. There's some Iranians somewhere over there that's going to do some stupid shit. And Americans are going to die. And maybe they are not soldiers, just regular citizens. But some people are going to die, I guarantee you, if not already. And then I have another question. I want everybody who watches this to really think about this. Donald Trump has got us into this freaking war, right? And now our soldiers are actively fighting this war because the president says it has to be done, right? But I want you to think about this. There is a military code of justice. And if soldiers feel like they are being asked to follow illegal orders, then, they can deny that. So it really just goes through my head and it really bugs the shit out of me because my dad was a lieutenant colonel in the Air Force. Very, very proud of his service. He was in the Air Force over 30 years, right? So, but the thing is soldiers, they're really not political, you know what I'm saying? They just do what the president says. But now we got this dude in the Oval Office now that thinks he's just, he's playing games. You know what I'm saying? This dude never served one day in the military, and still he's willing to sacrifice Americans' lives for an illegal war. So my question is this: how many, it goes through my head, how many of our American soldiers have gone to their commanders and said, I don't know, I'm not really sure, I can't do this? How many? Because if you stand up and say, no, I feel this is illegal, I can't do this, then how many of our soldiers that did not want to be a part of this war are now sitting in a jail cell or in a brig somewhere? That is my question. If anybody is watching this, please, please, please write me. Contact me. I want to know if any of you have family members that are serving in the military right now and that are being asked to take part in this illegal war. I would like to hear from you, please, because there needs to be an understanding uh, that the American people can see that if you don't agree with Trump, then you're going to be either locked up or you're going to be somehow attacked, huh? So, and that's the situation with many situations in regards to Trump. If you are a donor and then you don't like something that he does, and so you start donating to the other side or something, or you don't participate with him anymore, then he will turn against you. And that's what he does to everybody. When Michael Cohen was arrested, right? Michael Cohen tried to stay with Trump until Trump turned on him. And that's what Trump does. If you don't do something that Trump wants you to do, he will turn on you. Just like the studios, just like the lawyer, the attorney that he's sued, just like the universities. He's trying to control everything and he's trying to grift on everything. He's even using the deaths of American soldiers to raise money for his campaign, for his PAC, Political Action Committee. So this is something that we all really ought to stand up against. And I think every American should really put it down on an email or something and ask the Congress to vote him out, 25th Amendment or Article 2, Section 4, because what's going on over there is costing not just American lives, but billions. And when they can't fund Medicaid and SNAP for kids and for Americans' health, then why are they freaking throwing bombs around in Iran for no reason? So I have a real problem with that. Yeah. And so, like I said, for any Americans who have family members who are serving, my family members are all out of the military now. My mom also served. She was the highest ranking NCO over there in the Air Force. Very proud of her also. Hi, Mom. uh, but anyway, this is something that we really all need to stand up against because I don't know if you have family members serving, but for me, that is a very, very honorable profession. So, yeah, we're gonna see about that. Be Pish. I heard something about that, but I'm not so sure that's happening. I have a watcher here. He says that Snap has been revamped and is by eliminating waste and fraud, but I'm not so sure about that. I heard they are trying to do something in regards to that, but I'm keeping my eyes open in regards to that. It's still not done. But the fact is, this is all to distract you from the Epstein files. Everything that's going on right now is to distract you from the Epstein files. There's new emails that have come out from Mark Epstein regarding the girls that were buried on the Epstein ranch. And I know that was from Mark Epstein. That was from one of the workers at the Zorro Ranch. He sent an email to some guy who had a radio station over there in New Mexico because he was trying to protect himself from Jeffrey Epstein and, yeah, who else? Donald Trump. So, and I just want to put something out there because I've been watching the situation for a number of years. So Epstein lived in Palm Beach and had a place in New York, place in New Mexico, the place in the Virgin Islands, and also he has a residence also in Paris. So he was moving around and doing all sorts of things and picking up girls here and there and having all sorts of sex parties and stuff with underage girls. And all of this information is in the Epstein files to read. And for everybody else who watches this, I would definitely recommend that you read Virginia Giuffre's book. It is horrifying. It's really, really horrifying for anybody who gives a damn about truth and justice. Please read the book because it'll gross you out completely, and then you will be mad. Then you will be mad because the dude in the Oval Office is a fucking pedophile. He is a fucking pedophile. This has been this has been man on my mind for a lot, but I don't know how we're going to get by this. But when the bodies are found and when they find the other information over there at the Zorro Ranch, information that's been hidden for a number of years, then we're going to get some action hopefully. The Trump administration was in power when they took and searched the Epstein uh, facilities over there in Palm Beach. They confiscated many, many CDs and DVDs of who knows what, and a lot of files and other stuff from the Epstein estate. I can tell you this, a lot of that stuff has already been destroyed. Donald Trump is only keeping the things that he can use against other people. What was it, about 6 months ago that Donald Trump got that second visit with King Charles? That was because of the tape that Trump took and gave to King Charles regarding his brother's sexual activities with underage girls. And what these people, the royals there, I won't say all of them. Probably it was probably only Charles and his son William that saw it, or maybe Camilla also. But when they saw those tapes, yeah, Andrew's out of there. Yeah, so the royals have been pretty quiet lately. I'm hoping that King Charles does what I suggested, and that is to send Andrew to the Pope, where he will live out the rest of his life in the Vatican without any kind of um, luxuries, no phones, no computers, no TVs, just praying, reading the Bible, and asking God to forgive him for his sins. Because what that dude did in those videos, I'm going to say, is beyond the pale of understanding. For any half normal person that sees that stuff, they will be fucking totally grossed out. I have to admit, I'm somebody who's lived on the wild side a little bit, and I've been to a lot of sex parties. Actually, organized a few sex parties also, but not with underage children. Yeah, so for the normal person to understand what might be on those tapes, I can tell you that even in an adult sex party, hey, ich bin auch in Deutschland, ich bin in Rostock. Yeah, for what goes on in normal sex parties, the things that they were doing at Jeffrey Epstein's sex parties was super extreme. And like I said, underage girls. And there are reports that it's even grosser as what you might think. even grosser is what you might think. So, to, Torben, ich habe gerade ein Podcast auf Deutsch gemacht. Wenn du das abonnieren, kostet nichts. Und da kannst du gucken. Es heißt, es ist scheiße. So, aber danke, dass du guckst und gib mir einen Daumen hoch. Ja, appreciate it. Wo bist du in Deutschland? Ja, naja, vielleicht ist er weg. Okay, so jedenfalls, sorry. Um, Nevertheless, the stuff that was going on at these sex parties that Epstein was having was really, really, really fucked up. And so, I hope we're going to get some clarity in the situation soon with the search of the Zorro Ranch. But like I said, the information that I'm seeing is that there is an ongoing search, and right now I have not got any information that anything has been found in regards to the two bodies, but I expect it to be in a day or two. It won't be long, I guarantee you that. And like I said, Jeffrey Epstein was very, very smart, and so he knows how to hide shit. Yeah. But like I said, there's a room full of guns and documents and videos somewhere on that property, and I hope they can find it. So, not only that, the bodies of more than one girl is buried on that ranch. So when that is found, hopefully we're going to get some more information from the police. But I would encourage all of you to go and read on the DOJ website the Epstein files. Go to whatever, you know what I'm saying? Go to Jerky, type in Jerky, and then see what you find there. And I guarantee you will be grossed out. You will totally be grossed out. What is going on when we have men who are, millionaires, billionaires that are killing little girls, then filleting them up and taking the flesh from their bodies, putting salt and pepper on it, and then drying it out in a smoker and then eating it. I mean, this is some sick shit. See, this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Nobody is fucking looking at it. I mean, this is fucking way gross, okay? And these dudes, not only that, they were doing some serious, gross sexual things to these girls. You know what I'm saying? These are underage girls and they were just doing what they wanted with them. You know what I'm saying? You got a 12-year-old girl naked and you can tie her up or whatever. And this is all the shit that we're talking about. That's why it's so important for the American public to fucking look at the Epstein files, read through that shit, read Virginia Giuffre's book, and fucking then understand that the dude sitting in the Oval Office is a fucking pedophile. He is part and parcel of the Jeffrey Epstein crowd. He was his best friend for 15 years. He had a modeling agency. I'm talking about Trump. He had a modeling agency. He had pageants. And he had all these girls coming over there. And he would invite them over there sometimes. And the only two people that would be there when they came was him and Jeffrey Epstein. So, I mean, if you know your friend likes young girls and you go and invite a whole bunch of young girls over, and, what happens? Somebody gets brought into the bedroom. It's really gross shit. It's really gross shit. And for us to have to sit here and discuss this shit, that the president of the United States is a person who is involved with this dude, unbelievable. Who would ever even imagine that maybe Joe Biden was running around with some underage kids in his car, or doing some shit? I mean, it's just really gross stuff. Really gross stuff. And there's no president before this that has had such a dirty past. But Donald Trump has just that. He is a convicted felon. 34 convictions. 34 convictions. How is it that you can't own a gun if you've been convicted of a felony? You can't vote if you've been convicted of a felony, but you can be fucking brought in as the president of the United States. America, you guys fucked up. And now the world is paying. The climate is paying. Look at all the oil that is burning over there in the Middle East right now. Now you guys might think, oh, it's not bothering me. This is a long way from America. Yeah, but guess what? The Iranians that are living in America that are pissed off, the secret ones, they're gonna be doing some shit, and it's not gonna be long before they're over there in your neighborhood somewhere blowing some shit up. I'm telling you, I'm not. I don't wish it, but I already know what's going to happen. And for Trump to try to say, oh, that's just don't go for it. It's his fault. It is his fault. Everything that is happening right now is his fault. His and Bibi Netanyahu have brought this war to America. And when they come knocking on the door and freaking killing Americans in America, not just soldiers on bases in the Middle East, but freaking Americans on American soil. Now, they ain't coming with guns and running down the street. They're not soldiers, but they are soldiers in a way. They're secret soldiers. And those secret soldiers are going to be over there and they're going to be trying to figure out a way to kill Americans. So, wherever you guys are at in America, if you are an American, wherever you're at in the world, please stay safe. Be aware everywhere you go of your surroundings. There are people all around that are mad at America and they will take it out on Americans. So if you're on vacation somewhere or you're in another country, please, please, please be safe, stay safe, and be aware of your surroundings at all times. In today's world, everybody's walking around with headphones in their ears and not paying attention to shit. You know what I'm saying? Please, please, please pay attention to the people around you. I do not want to hear about any Americans getting stabbed or killed because of the situation that is going on in Iran, but that's going to happen. And I would recommend that Americans somehow, some way get together and file a lawsuit against Donald Trump for putting American lives in danger and also for him raising campaign donations using the pictures from our dead soldiers to do it. It's just fucked up. It's just unbelievable. I don't know. This is Matt Fox, and this was Matt Fox on the Tube here, and it's all shit. I got to tell you, the people in Ukraine have been fighting that war for a long time, and they've been fighting for democracy. They've been fighting for democracy. What is fucking Trump fighting for in Iran? They didn't do anything to the Americans. Israel did that shit. And now they got Donald Trump involved in a never ending war. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know that the climate, the environment is being totally destroyed down there. And I don't know how it's going to affect the rest of us around the world, but I know how it's affecting the gas prices. When you go to the gas pump and you paying more for gas, you can thank Donald Trump, Mr. Peace President. This guy actually wanted a fucking Nobel Peace Prize. Can you believe that? This dude wanted a Nobel Peace Prize. And now he has already started like 2 wars, 3 wars, already bombed more than 3 nations, but yet he wants a peace prize. Come on, man. Let's take a little bit off. All right. My battery's running down. I gotta go. I wish you guys a wonderful day wherever you're at. Stay safe, stay strong, and don't vote for Trump, whatever you do. I'll see you again. And this has been It's All Shit. See you next time.